Well, hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. What's up, Scotty? What's up, Sohan? What's up, everybody else? You are absolutely 100% welcome to the stream. Wie geht es dir? All good? Is all good? We have some stuff to do, right? So which champions are we adding here, lads? Those champions are listed. Well, first of all, I kind of feel like we need to add that halfling. No? I guess you can start with halfling. I guess. Alright. Okay, I'll need your help here. So, okay, fine. He can do Yelena. It's tricky, but he can do Yelena. Limited Bullseye. Okay, website to use for? Oh. That'll be this one, but what, buddy? What's up, Death Knight Rob? Stop, Robbie. At 2 man, that'll be a no. You take all the damage. Torque, I'm gonna go with no as well. Nick Fury is absolutely a yes. Not really what? Yeah, Bullseye is the question. I don't think it is. I think it's somewhat at best. It's probably not. Enchantress. I don't think he can be kind of fast enough. I'm gonna go with no. I don't know what to put in these ones, honestly. I mean, Nico is definitely no. I mean, there's also no. This is also no. Kindred. I'm gonna go ahead with no. That's fine. Onslaught is a yes. Jean is a yes. Domino is a no, I believe. A lot of abilities trigger. I think Gentle he can do fine-ish. Captain Britain is gonna be a no. Mr. Sinister is a yes. He can do that part reasonably well. Dust. That's gonna be a no. You're gonna take some damage. Okay. Spider-Woman. How well does he do against Spider-Woman? Is the big question. I think somewhat is at the. I think it's a risky fight to begin with. Modok, sure. Evolution, I think you can do fine. Thing is gonna be a no. Too hard. Serpent is. I'm gonna put it in somewhat category. Thanos. Gonna be no, I can't really hit that block. And even if you do, you're gonna take forever. There's gonna be a no here. Medusa, I think is fine. You can do that reasonably okay. No, I think it's gonna be fine. Maestro. Is he okay against Maestro? I don't think he is. I'm gonna go ahead with no. Zola. How well does he do? How well does he do against Zola? What's up, Lolo the Ho-Ho? Sentinel's fine, it's not the best, but it's okay. Red Skull is somewhat, you still end up taking some damage and it takes a while. Just okay. Can give him the somewhat. Shocker's obviously a yes. Time's a yes. Okay, so this is gonna be a nuke. Solvak. How well does he do Solvak? Yeah, that's why the somewhat, because it's gonna be fairly slow. And somebody tell me Solvak matchup. I'd say yes against. So it's cosmic and medium. Yeah. Let's go with yes. So. It's not great, it's not awful. I mean, it's kind of not great. Some damage according to the rule. According to the rule, if you take more than 5%, we can't count it as a nuke, because that affects the score quite a bit. So. Oh, wait. That was Thanos. Hulkling. I mean, I can give him a yes there, but. It's not gonna be a nuke because you do take more than 5%. It barely counts in a yes if you take 7%. But okay. But okay. Let's do Scorpio Boy. Oh no, we already did Scorpio Boy. Oh, yeah, Scorpio Boy did much better. Who else do we add? Who else do we add? What do you guys think? You know, Pig, Scorpion, Spider-Man, Human Torch. Science class needs some ads for sure. Tech can also use some more. Okay, in tech class, do you want to do Nimrod? Or who we want to do in tech class? You know, Shocker Prowler, Bastion, Red Skull Sentinel, Jack. Taki? Actually, yeah. Alright, let's do Taki. Alright, Bullseye. Yes, sir. Limitrix is a nuke. Atuma, that'd be a no. Korg is a no. Nick Fury is a yes. Okay, so these are gonna be no. I mean, if Hulkling can do it, then technically you can kind of give it to him as well, I think. I don't know. It's quite bad. Enchantress is a nuke. It is a nuke. Nico, you can do it. Rintra is a yes. Oh, yeah, still a yes. Not hidden buffs. Onslaught is a nuke. Jean is a yes. It's not a nuke, but it's doable. Too much damage taken. Gentle is a yes. Very heavy. Captain Britain is going to be a no. Mr. Sinister is going to be a no. Dust is going to be a nuke. Photon is a nuke. Spider Woman. The nuke. Evolutionary. Is a nuke or yes, so whichever you want to put on there. You actually can do this fight somewhat decent, but that Serpent's gonna be a no. Thanos is a yes. Dark Phoenix is a no. Medusa is a yes. Nova is a yes. Maestro is no. Dola is yes, not quite nuke standard. This one's also yes. Let's slow down a little bit. Dola's a yes. Solvark. Solvark's a no, right? Or somewhat. You can do the fight, but it takes forever. Pretty cool, the spreadsheet's updating as you... Yeah, of course. The Shocker is a nuke. Time for work. Alright, see you later. Bam, still a yes. Penny Parker is also a yes. Saki is doing well. Yeah, I wanted to say, I think it's doable. But again, you kind of need to be careful. You need to start hitting things basically without ramping up, and then just ramp up through the fight in case the AI gets kind of like sketchy. So it's not like the fastest fight, but it is doable. Why does it say for yes, probably high emo matchup? It's a very good point, because somebody wrote it wrongly there. That's a very, very good catch, Shuriken. Very good. Danke. Okay, who else we adding? Need Valkyrie matchups? I wouldn't know now, right, to be honest. Like, I can't do Valkyrie matchups because I don't know what I'd list there. Unless somebody's like very, very confident that they can, you know, fill this in with me. I'm not gonna do Valkyrie right now. Sometimes I can't do Nimrod. I haven't used the Sense on Nimrod now against these champions, so I haven't tried them out, any of them out. What's all this about? It's just a little spreadsheet. We're gonna have to add Imperiosa here, I think. Or something. Good enough. Speaking of... Okay, so which mutants do we want to add? We have Jean Grey, Mr. Sinister, Onslaught, DPX. What else do we want to add? Mr. Sinister, Onslaught, Jean Grey. I wonder how many of these Captain Britain can do. Who else do we crank with mutants? What the fuck is this one? What do you mean this one? Havoc? We can do Havoc. Mutant. I'd say defensive value is medium. Let's go. Bullseye is somewhat. Not great, it's doable though. On equal ranks for sure. Yelena, I think, is somewhat at best as well. Not really. You don't need to take that low. Yeah, no, it's gonna be a no, I think. Lumitrix is a yes, why not? Atuma is a yes, you can do that fight well. This one's a yes too. Nick Fury is somewhat because he's too slow. Enchantress is a yes, you can do that fight fine. Kindred is a yes, you can do that fight fine. Nico, I think it's somewhat, a lot of shit can go wrong, but in theory with a slow play, shouldn't be doing too bad. I honestly think it's gonna be yes. Rintra is somewhat, it's gonna be slow. Royer is a yes. Bulking? Did I add in bulking that Hulkling? Hulkling? Hulkling. Okay, Onslaught is a yes. Jean is also a yes. You can do that fine. Domino is somewhat. You don't lose too much health with Havoc. Gentle is a yes. Captain Britain is a yes. Mr. Sinister is no, not really. Dust is a no. You don't really want to do that fight. Somewhat at best. Photon is again somewhat on the slower side. Spider-Woman. I'm gonna go ahead with no. Do we have a call match shit? We can take a look if we have a call. Muhammad. Which is any endgame components or just rankings. It's basically for polygons, which matchup the players can do and stuff. I accidentally typed in Jew. High evolutionary. I actually don't know. I'm gonna go ahead with no for this one. Thing is a yes, you can do this fight fine. Well, thank you, Gravity. Serpent is no, you take too much damage. Thanos also somewhat. You can do it, but it's slow. Dark Phoenix is no. Medusa is yes. No ways. Yes. Maestro is gonna be no. It's gonna be too slow and painful. And Tax, I'm just gonna go ahead with no here. I'm gonna hold it. No. No. Somewhat on Shocker at best. Can kind of do it, but it's not great. Solwalk. Cool. Well, it's definitely gonna be a no. Not even close. Red Skull's also I think gonna be no. Sentinel also, so not the worst. Call. Do we not have Call here? A lot of Cosmic Champions in this one, but sure. I mean, that should be the case. Last year we got Titan Nexus 2, 3 gem and 56 stones. I don't know what we're getting this year. Cassandra Lang is a good ad, but somebody's gonna have to help me with that. Carl is a yes on Bullseye because generally you take more than 5% damage. He's very fast, but he takes too much ship damage for it to be a nuke. Yelena is gonna be a no for the most part. Lumatrix is a yes or a nuke. Atuma is... No, Atuma is just a no. Korg. I think it's somewhat at best, but it's basically a no. Nick Fury. Can do Nick Fury, I think. Enchantress is a nuke. I think you can deal with Enchantress just fine. I think you can do this too. This is gonna be a no. Immediate poisons. It's gonna be a no here, and I think this is gonna be a no here as well. Onslaught is a yes. Jean is a nuke, I think. Domino is going to be a no, too much ship damage. Gentle is a yes, you can do Gentle. Captain Britain is going to be a no, too much damage. Sinister is a yes, you can now damage that. Dust is a nuke. Demon's Valley gets destroyed. What do you mean, Chels? We're not getting a free key though. Wrong first. Deathless Thanos or Hulkling? Deathless Thanos is better, champion. Photon, somewhat at best. Spider-Woman is a nuke. MODOK is a nuke. Evolutionary is a nuke or a yes. Whichever. Thing is gonna be a no. Serpent is gonna be a no. You're gonna end up taking too much chip damage. Thanos is a yes. You can do that. Fight's not the best, but you can. Dark Phoenix is gonna be a no. Medusa is a yes. No is obviously a yes. Or nuke. You can parry nottrue. That's easy. I know how he does against Maestro. I think it's a yes, but Zola is a nuke. Sentinel is no. Red Skull is a nuke. Bulwark is a nuke. Joker is a... I think a nuke. No, it's gonna be a yes because you can end up taking chip damage. Pam is a nuke, I guess, or yes? No, it's gonna be a yes. Penny Parker is a nuke, I think. I have seen those fights fail, but then again, I have failed Onslaught against the Yelena as well. Does that mean Onslaught's not a Yelena counter? Nuke Master? Okay, fair enough. Let's go and so be nuke. No, stalled. Rank 4 on Z. What do you mean stalled? Anyways. Call. I'm doing okay. Stop banking. Who else were... Oh, somebody had an idea. Cassandra. Let's throw in Cassandra. You changed that last time. Whoops. My bad. Alright, I'm gonna need some help with Cassandra matchups. Not the best with her. Mutant, medium defensive value. Alright, so Bullseye. I think it's a yes, right? I didn't follow you on Twitch. You know what you guys, so yes. Well then, Captain Doobs. Welcome to the stream, buddy. But yeah, I just recently started streaming on Twitch anyways. I have streamed on Twitch for like 1 week. I think like 1 week and 1 day. I have 1,400 followers and I have made exactly $91 on Twitch so far. Every bit adds up. So you guys better hit that like button, that sub button, hit all the good buttons before I tell my wife. And if my wife hears that you didn't, she's gonna kick your ass. But welcome to the stream, everybody. Yelena is obviously a yes, because I don't think she nukes anything really. She's not that fast. Luminary is going to be a yes. Atum is going to be a yes. Korg is definitely a yes. Nick Fury is also a yes. I think Borderline and nuke. Nick Fury is like the only one I have seen her like nuke. Bullseye is somewhat. NVG. Okay, so let's give her somewhat with this Bullseye. Alright, Enchantress. In theory should be fine, especially with how slow she plays. Kindred. I know what Kindred. How old does she do again, Kindred? Come on, you Cassandra experts. Nico should be yes, because she's like super slow and you bypass miss and stuff. I followed me. Well, thanks, buddy. Another time looking for that magical gene pool and up awakening my haha. Well, best of luck. Yeah, the link to the spreadsheet is in the stream description on YouTube. Rintra, I think it's gonna be somewhat because I don't think you're gonna be fast enough. Oh, maybe. Let me know if I'm wrong. This is gonna be yes. Somebody tell me I'm Kindred. She nukes Bullseye. Alright, fine. I'm not gonna say she nukes. Nuke has to be better than that, but there you go. Casca nuke Kindred. She has non-sonic lights. Okay, fine. Onslaught. I know for a fact she can do Onslaught. No, for a fact she can do Gene fine. I don't know. Domino is probably gonna be a no. I think you can take too much damage. Gentle, I'm 100% certain she can't take. It's gonna be a no. You can take too much damage. Since that, yes, she can't take that. Dust, you can also do for sure. Photon. Can she do Photon? Spider-Woman, I know she can do. Modok is a yes. Or somewhat at the very least. High Evolutionary, I don't know. I need answers on Photon and High Evolutionary thing. Yes, you can do. Serpent. I think it's somewhat fine, and this one's gonna be 2. Dark Feeling is gonna be a no. Medusa is yes. No is gonna be a yes or somewhat. Maestro, I think is gonna be a Maestro. Actually, I think she can maybe do. Handling or Imperiosa? Well, actually, we haven't done Imperiosa on the sheet, but I picked Imperiosa partially because of defense, partially because of prestige. Photon sketch, yeah, I figured Photon is. I know it can be done with like very skilled players, so I'm gonna do it like that. High Evolutionary. Stop the DOS. Well, can you please give me a quick run? This is basically a matchup spreadsheet for battlegrounds that we're working on. The yes, no, somewhat, and nuke. It follows this principle. On equal ranks, if you can do a fight with sub 40 seconds and 100 to 95% health, that's called a nuke. If you can do the fight in sub 60 seconds and 100 to 92% health, that's called a yes. If you can do the fight, if you're doing the fight over 60 seconds or 91% or less health, that's called somewhat or decent. If you do the fight over 80 seconds or take more than 20% damage, that's a no. Does that make sense? Well, she... Oh, thank you, Hydra. Champ on the left is the defensive matchup. Champ on the top is the... This is the attacker. These are the defenders. Okay. Is Crossbones on here? No, Crossbones not on here. Well, it's up to you. I think both of those are fantastic champions. I think I value DPX, I think slightly higher for now, but I'm not entirely sure. Anyways, I'm gonna give it a no to High Evolutionary for now, but she probably can do that. Stop, Bakchi. But anyways, Zol, I know that you can do Zol. You know, it's a somewhat of a matchup, I think. Can she do Sentinel? I think in theory she could be able to. This call is gonna be a no. Dollar is gonna be a no. Docker. Probably gonna be a no. Ridden's attacker. I think what we're gonna do. Who are we gonna do next? I'm gonna go ahead with a no. Penny. Also gonna be somewhat at best, I think. Sentinel, I think she can do Sentinel, to be honest. Do you have a new Spider-Man? Yeah, I do. Nah, it's fine with her. Let's go ahead with yes. Okay, who else are we adding to the sheet? Sentinel reduces burst damage though. It might take a while, but you can definitely do that fight, I feel like. Like the traditional hand, thank you. Can I request Crossbones then? Well, if you're making in requests. Gentle as an attacker. Actually, don't have fam on here. Okay, we have lots of cosmics. Barely any science. We need some science champions. I guess. Fatman? Oh, Fatman looks okay. Not great, but okay. 15, 13. 13 knows. So, you know. Will Electro be a good defender? I doubt it, no. I don't think Electro can be a good defender right now. Sinister is gonna run through him, Jean is gonna run through him, Onslaught's gonna run through him. Plenty other still too. Oh, okay. Anyway, it's fine. Let's do gentle, but you guys need to help me a little bit. Gentle. Gentle. Mutant, medium defensive value. A special. Formula only. Bullseye is a yes. Yelena is also a yes. Lumitrix is a yes. Atuma is somewhat. You do have massive physical resistance, but not great. Korg can be a yes. There's no reason not to. Nick Fury is somewhat, not fast enough to do it in 60 seconds, I think. Are you? I don't think you are. But you can listen. Enchantress, yes, you can do Enchantress fine. Kindred is also yes, you can do that fine. Nico is... I don't know. I think Nico is somewhat because you can take forever dealing with that regen special spams. Rintra is also going to be somewhat because you can do the fight, but in general it's not going to be fast enough. Destroy is going to be a yes. Onslaught is yes, definitely doable. Jean's also a yes. Domino is going to be a no. Gentle versus Gentle. It's going to be somewhat. Captain Britain is a no. Mr. Sinister is a no. You can't really deal it. Is it no or somewhat? I don't know. Somebody tell me this. Somebody please do let me know on this one. Dust is a yes. There's nothing really stopping you. Photon is somewhat in between the inequity. That kind of hurts him quite a bit. Spider-Woman is going to be no. In between inequity and heroics, I think it's a bad idea. I don't think it's almost ever going to work. Modok, I think yes, you can do. High Illusionary, I think somewhat at best. I don't think you can do the fight very well at all. Thing, I think you can do it. 90 seconds. If it takes over 80, then it's a no. So, yeah, Mr. Sinister stays a no. Serpent is a no. Thanos is somewhat at best. Dark Phoenix is a no. Medusa is gonna be a no. You don't really have anything at all there to help you. This is probably a yes. Maestro is gonna be, I think, somewhat. Damn, this is gonna be a good game. Yes, Gentle does take Sinister, but again, it is slow. Can Gentle do Sinister under 80 seconds? Is the question. Consistently. Yeah, new defenders? No, I didn't. Actually, we can work on that next. Zola is going to be a no. Sentinel is going to be a no. Red Skull is going to be also a no, I think, for Gentle. Solvark is definitely going to be a no, I think. Shocker. Yeah, you can do Shocker. It's fine. Fam. I don't know. Somewhat, I think. I think it's doable, but it's not great. Penny Parker, I think, is also going to be somewhat at best. Okay, I do want to add Imperiosa. But again, I don't know enough to do so. But what else? Besides, we have Imperiosa, we have Punisher to add, but I don't know who works and who doesn't against them. That's a problem. Besides Imperiosa and Punisher, who else should we add on defense? I don't think these are really like defenders. Are they? You make it on defense, definitely not. I'm not gonna add them yet. Oh wait, What's empty here? Spider-Woman. Yeah, it can do that fight. That's not great. I don't want to add them because I don't know how relevant or big of problems they're going to be. Because in... Oh. Not yet, I will not add those. Right, let's just get to the attackers. Oh, Spider... Did we do Pavitra? I think we did actually. Yeah, Pavitra's here. Here you go, Valkyrie. You know how Kushala? Let's add in Kushala, why not? Uncle, can we run for now? I don't know. Can I have some Gulag Masters? Nobody knows. So. Mystic Small. Very special. Values only. Bullseye is a yes. She can absolutely do that fight reasonably fine. In general metas, Yelena is a no. I'd say it's a no. Lumitrix, I think fine. It's gonna be a no. You can take damage. Can do this, not the best, but it's can give her a yes. This one somewhat because you lose all of that stuff, so it's gonna. I think it's a yes, but it's like an iffy one. Enchantress is a yes. Kindred is a no. It's not great at all. Yelena is somewhat okay. Fine. Nico. Wait, there's nasty in defense? Okay, fine. You can add him. And we kind of need one Mystic as well. Okay, so Nico. What do we do with Nico and Kushala? I think it's somewhat. I think it's either a yes or a somewhat. Okay, inconsistent kind of goes with this. Rintra. Again, I think in general it's more than 60 seconds. Like, is the yes or? I think. I know again because here's on the line. Destroyer is a yes. Rintra, I think it's someone because I think it's gonna take a while with energy resistance and all that stuff. Onslaught is no. You have to be insane to do that fight well. This is fine. Domino is yes or somewhat. Yes, I think yes. But, well, this is a yes. Captain Britain is somewhat. You can kind of do that fight better than most, but not great. Mr. Sinister is okay. It's a yes, but Omega is somewhat because it's a very risky fight. Dust is definitely a yes. Yeah, Kushala runs to a thick for Kush. Yeah, that's why it's somewhat because it takes over. Because it takes a while. Photon is definitely a no. Spider-Woman is going to be a no as well. The fight's a bitch ass nightmare. MODOK, I reckon you can do that fight reasonably well. That's not what I have. Captain Dupes. Oh yeah, fair enough, but I mean, we might change it. We might change it. If I do see screenshots that are opposed to this sheet on regular basis, or you know, we change them. But right now, I kind of feel like doing with that. It's gonna be a no. Thing is gonna be a no. I don't think she can do very well there. This is obviously a yes. This is obviously a yes. This is obviously a no. Obviously, this is still a yes. You just need to spam your level ones. This is still a yes too. This is actually a nuke. So Spider-Man is interesting. She can cook her on her way. Yeah, exactly. It is. It's awful. Every time I try that fight, it goes awful though. So this one is a yes. Zola is a yes. You can do that fight reasonably well. This one's also a yes. You can do that well. This one is a nuke type fight. Yes, of course. This is a no. Shocker is a yes. Fam is going to be a no, or somewhat at best. Penny Parker is a no. Asuka's doing Zola? She is? She is doing Zola. I mean, like, you can either give it a yes or a somewhat. But I lost so many times against that shit. You can test it. I can't test in an appropriate setting because this is like Barion's level fight. Can we do a ranking for hype? I don't know. Can we? Can we? I mean, if you could, if you wanted to. Simon Somewhat full helm. Oh yeah, fine. Got your Valkyrie? Well, congratulations, that's awesome. Next milestones are kind of empty in the banquet event. Now, like, we're slowly climbing for 2 tier 4 alphas, which doesn't really matter. The gem is gonna be coming soon though. Anyways, very good. Very good result for Kush. Who else we're adding? We definitely don't want to add a Cosmic right now. Hex, Mutants. Alright, let's pick a Science Champion. Is it Torch? Science. Oh no, we already have Torch. Good. Okay, instead of Torch, let's do Red Guardian. One of the nukiest nukes. Touch already there. Yep. That's special for one. Alright, Red Guardian. Bullseye is gonna be a nope. Yelena is gonna be a nope. Lumitrix. Can he do Lumitrix fine? I think it's a yes, actually. Get level 2s, drop at level 2, and you can drop in heavy attacks here and there. Zoom is gonna be a no. Korg's gonna be. Come on, is it tricky part? It matters too much. Nick Fury. I think you can do Nick Fury fast now. Oh shit. Nice special. Yep, you're right. You're right. Still, Kush did quite well. But good catch on that one. Cassandra is gonna be a nuke. Kindred's a nuke. Nico is still a nuke. Rintra is a yes. And we nukes. Can we expect out-of-fight feature in Necropolis in the ebook? No. You can't expect out-of-fight feature there. Good Valkyrie? Congrats, I guess. It's better for Kingpin. Absman does have higher ceiling. For most people, you have to say Absman. If you're capable of playing Absman well, Absman has the higher upside. Kingpin's easier to use though. So it kind of depends how good you play as well. Onslaught, he nukes. Jean Grey is a yes. Domino is a yes. He can nuke her, but he's gonna take a bit of damage. But he can do that. Gentle, I don't know. I think it's gonna still work out as yes. Cameron is gonna be no. Mr. Sinister, yeah, you can do that fight reasonably well. With your red numbers, largely. dust. Yeah, you can do fine dust as well. Cushion kind of work for dark finish, kind of. That doesn't. I mean, like that's if she takes more than like, what was it? Amount of damage, it's a no, and she will always take more than that damage because of the unavoidable damage at the end. Okay, so Photon. Can Red Guardian do Photon? Spider Woman, yeah, you can do for sure. I need an answer in Photon. This is gonna be a nuke here for Red Guardian. I think this is a yes. You can do this reasonably fine. Thing. I think it's a yes, but I don't know. I don't think it's too fast. I think it's somewhat or a yes. I don't know. Serpent is going to be a no. I take it. Bloodless Thanos is a yes. And super fast Dark Phoenix is going to be a no because it was damage that you take. I'm excited for Rock. I love using it. Fair enough. Medusa is going to be a yes. Nova is going to be a nuke. Maestro. I actually don't know. Can you do Maestro? Okay, so Mr. Rank 4 Red Guardian, I need answers on Photon and Maestro. Zola. And Zola. I need 6 Scorpion and Hulkling needs 6 more. Scorpion's fine at Sig 30, Sig 50. Nukes Maestro. Okay. Need Photon and Zola. Sentinel, I'm sure he can do it just fine. Red Skull. I don't think he does well against Red Skull defense at all. Solvark. How well does he do against Solvark? Joker is going to be a yes. Bam. I think it's probably a yes still. Penny Parker. Either somewhat or a yes. I think it's going to be a yes. Cassandra Lang is an attacker. It's an interesting one. I actually don't know how well she would do. Oh yeah. But you can't have any Zola and so on. So it's gonna be a yes, and because it's physical damage. And Zola, we need Zola and Photon. Come on, Zola and Photon. Who should I rank between Stark Spidey, Sinister, and Captain Britain? Right now, I do Captain Britain first, second Stark Spidey, third Sinister. I would rank up all of them, more than that, but you can't do Zola. Okay, and Photon. I mean, I suspect he can't, but I'm gonna give it a no for now unless somebody screams at me. Still not bad at all. Hey, let's give him someone then. Do you want to forget it? I don't know. Nope, no guidance here yet. Do you use 4 more rank points on a big thing objective? No, I wouldn't do that. Black Panther Civil War actually is a kick-ass edition. Let's go. BB Civil War. Kill, medium defensive value. Alright, bullseye. I'm gonna need your help, guys, here. Who's here? BP. Who's here? Black Panther expert. Somewhat. Okay. Yelena is a yes. Lumatrix. Wait, he's bleed immune. I think he still should be okay, right? Does Numeral work against Captain Britain? Yes. Atuma is going to be a no. You still end up taking quite a bit of damage. You can't really parry. Korg. When you say yes or somewhat, tell me champion and then Like, as in, like, which champion do you mean? Because we're going through quite a lot. I think you can do fine here. Korg, I'm not entirely sure. I think it's somewhat. I think it's gonna be kind of tricky. Enchantress should be a yes. Kindred should also be fine-ish. Nico, I think you can do Nico actually quite fine, because you just need to get your level 2 and kind of will ruin her. Rintra, I think is a yes. Destroyer, I also think should be yes. The big burst, no buffs, really slow playstyle. Onslaught, I think is a no. Definitely don't want to parry that fucking a lot. Okay, fine. Jean, we need Jean. Domino is gonna be a no. I suspect it's gonna be quite bad. Captain Britain is actually a yes, right? Yes or somewhat. I don't think you want to do this fight. So Faust. Yes for Onzi. How do you do that fight? Does Kara need high sig? It's more damage. What's up in my here, by the way? She's okay at lower sig too, but high sig is just more damage basically. Yeah, I can't really know that can be done. I need now Sinister, Gentle, and Onslaught. Spider-Woman's gonna be a yes. Because then you just kind of need to get level 2. Modok's gonna be a nuke. Oh no, it's gonna be a yes, I think. Evolutionary is gonna be a yes, probably. Thing. Well, Onslaught's bleed immune. Not bleed immune, pseudo bleed immune. Oh, 5 times. Oh, that's true. Sinister is a yes. Okay, fine on Sinister, I believe that. Again, I Gentle and Onslaught. I need Gentle and Onslaught. I better hear good arguments for that. And Thing. Time logic for Onslaught, but yeah, you can't really parry Onslaught though much, can you? I think Jean is a yes, but as in like I don't know, that's fine. I'm willing to consider this somewhat, but and I don't think most people will do that or can do that. Photon. Somebody tell me on Photon. Okay, I need the Photon thing. At fine, I'll give it a yes. Whatever. Photon. Yes for Photon. Okay, Thing. Need Thing. Serpent, Thanos, Dark Phoenix, Medusa. Dark Phoenix has to be a no. Fuck all Black Panther. Alright, you need Thing. You see the rest of the champions? Let me know the answers. You guys know more on this channel. Do you do the Sunday special? What Sunday special? Sorry, talking about Soham. You mean that daily quest? Yeah, I did. 7 no. Time is super slow, so probably no. Okay, so Serpent. No. Thanos. No. Imagine because of all the projectiles. Okay, fine. Yeah, I did do the Sunday daily quest. Nova is gonna be a yes for sure. Medusa. Thing. I need answer on Thing. Medusa, and then the rest of these. Yeah, I figured note that. And okay, I need answer of thing. Can he do thing? Fine. I'm not sure he can, but maybe he can, so let me know. I don't think he can though. Yeah, I think I didn't think so either. I'll leave it as no for now. If you finish it, yeah, no, it's gonna be a no. Alright, the text. The text. I need the text, guys. No, Sentinel. Sentinel's also gonna be no. He takes Let's Burst. Red Skull. Stalwart. Shocker. Fam. Penny. I think Shocker he can do fine-ish. Let's go nuke. Okay, fine. I'll believe it. Shocker I think he can nuke too. Need Solvar, Fam and Penny. Kind of slow, then somewhat. No, I'm too slow. Fine, and this. The final one. It's always gonna be a no, right? Has to be a no, I think. Somewhat. Feeling I'm getting bamboozled here, but fine, whatever. Not too bad. What else are you going after? Do another science champ. No, solar. Yeah, let's give it no. Alright, which science champion are we gonna do? What is the name of this music? YT user made it for me. Actually, don't know. It's kind of like techno playlist that he put together for me. You do Quicksilver? I don't think I want to do Quicksilver, sorry. Photon. Let's do Photon. And Rhino's dependent. We don't know, like, again. We can add, but how are you gonna say yes or no? You can only say theoretically then. And Photon. Bullseye is actually a somewhat, I think, like it's slow-ish type fight, but kind of. Yelena is gonna be a no. Lumitrix gonna be somewhat, I think. You can do it, but it's gonna be slow. Duma is gonna be a no. You're gonna take damage. Korg is actually a yes. You generally do it in 60 seconds. This is gonna be somewhat because you can do Nick. It's just gonna be slow. Enchantress is a yes. Kindred is a yes. Nico is a yes. You can do that fight quite okay. This one's a yes too, and this one's a yes. Onslaught's a yes. Dean is, yeah, you do reasonably fine. This one's gonna be a no. It's still gonna take too much damage. Gentle is, I think it's a yes. Maybe it's not. Nah, it's energy damage. You should be fine. It's gonna be a yes. Captain Britain is. No, it's no. You take too much damage. The Sinister is gonna be a no. Level of healing's pitching up. This one's a yes. Photon versus Photon is somewhat at best. It's slow as shit. Spider-Woman, I'd go with a no there. Modok is a yes. She can do Modok. Hallucinatory, it's gonna be quite slow, somewhat at the best. Thing is gonna be a no, I think. Gonna be too slow. Serpent is no, it's just too slow. Thanos is somewhat, you can do it in like 80 seconds. 70 seconds, something like that. Dark Phoenix is gonna be a no. Medusa, yeah, you can do that fine. Nova, yeah, you can do that fine. Maestro is gonna be a nope. Zola is somewhat, you can parry, but it takes a while. Sentinel, same, it takes a while. Oh no, actually that's fine because you can switch off his crit rate. Red Skull. That's definitely good. Oh no, actually. I think you can do it fine. Solo actually definitive no. Shocker is a yes. Bam. But I can do it fine. And I'm gonna go with yes. Penny Parker is a yes. You can do the fight okay. Because you do have a lot of block penetration. Can I get Crossbones? I don't know. Can you? Maybe Lizard? Photon's relevant? Yes. Photon is relevant. Photon actually did quite well. 18 yeses and 7 somewhat. That's not bad at all for like a high. Even 5%. Okay, fine. Let's do the Crossbones. You know, typically, this is a very special stream because generally, I only let whoever's the Gulag Master at the end of each stream to pick a champion if they want to add to this sheet. I've been a bit lazy recently doing it. That's why I made the stream. But you guys are very happy. Is my wife going to work? No, my wife actually has a day off, but she's not home right now. Got some stuff she had to do. And my work has not started yet. Venom Prowler? What about Venom Prowler? Oh, you mean adding? I think Prowler. I think we added Prowler already. Yeah, we did. Alright, Crossbones. Where's the Bullseye? That's just a no. Fuck off if you can tell me the yes. This one's also gonna be a no. This one, yeah, I believe it. No, actually, you can't find it special. It's gonna be a... Oh, no. It's... fine, I'll believe you can do it. This one's gonna be a no. Korg's a yes, you can do that fight. Nick Fury is a yes, you can do that fight. Enchantress. That's someone is the riskiest fuck type fight. You don't want to be doing that. Same as this. Nico is gonna be a no. Take my last? What do you want for my last? You're gonna say Void is a pretty decent water tanker. Who does he take? He takes... Well, we can take a look, but Void is a pretty decent water tanker. QS or Surfer? Fuck off, cover that. No, maybe. I mean, Surfer we already have, I think. QS I don't want to add. Enchantress is a yes. Ah, yeah, here comes all this. Ah, fine. Nico is a yes. Alright. Ranger I know is a yes, I know. How is Destroyer? No, okay, fine. Onslaught. I know it's a yes, I know. It's just not an easy find. Jean, I know, is a yes, I know. You can fuck off with this one. Gentle is a yes. Yeah, I know. Gentle is no... Alright, fair enough. I will agree with that. Mr. Sinister is a yes. Dust. Where the Dust at? Someone forgot. No, in general, he can do that fight. Full health, very well. And like, if there's no other nodes messing him up, he can do Captain Britain consistently and great. Trust me on that one. Anyways, That's the only possible he's duped. So that's gonna be a no. Massive. So this is a nuke for sure. This is gonna be a nuke for sure. This is gonna be a yes. This is gonna be a nuke. Can somebody tell me high evolutionary? Oh my god, you forgot to do Bastion? Oh, you should go to prison for that sentence. I didn't forget. It worked for some reason. He doesn't reduce AI. Okay, there you go. He is yes. Someone. I wanted to say it's someone. It's not a good fight at all. Okay, so here Serpent is a no. In general, like, don't give me this shit. Serpent has to be a no. Right? Thanos is a yes. That I get. Dark Phoenix is a no. Summer for what? Medusa is a yes. That's fine. Nova is a yes. That's fine. Maestro. Alright, fine. I'll give you somewhat. Someone is most I'm gonna give it to that count. I need no Maestro, Zola, Sentinel. Okay, so let me know on these ones. Okay. Nuke Abel or Medusa, no nuke. Okay, fine. Quicksilver, Surfer, ranking. I mean, I like Quicksilver. I like Surfer the most. I think Quicksilver is probably the best. It's RNG dependent. Somewhat for myself. Okay, I'm gonna give it somewhat because it definitely is RNG dependent. You can get your tits kicked in with that. Okay, so tell me, Zola is a yes or not? No, he can do the stupid Serpent. I know he can. It's just not an easy fight. Zola, no? Okay, good. Sentinel. Yeah, no, he knows that. Maestro is possible, but again, it's RNG dependent. That's why I'm leaving it here. We'll leave Zola, no. Okay, Red Skull. We need Red Skull, Solvark, Shocker, Fam, or Penny. Need last 5 guys. What's the difference between... Okay, so... Strictly speaking... Equal ranks, max sig, if you can do the fight sub 40 seconds or around 40 seconds. And within 95% or more health remaining, that is called a nuke. If you do the fight sub 60 seconds or around 60 seconds, and 92% or more health remaining, that's called a yes. If you do the fight under 80 seconds or under 90% health, that's called a somewhat. If you take over 80 seconds, I'm gonna leave it sub. I'm gonna change, so it's gonna be just so it's easier to understand. If you do it sub 80 seconds or 91% or less health, it's a somewhat. Or if you take more than 80 seconds or you lose more than 20% health, that's a no. Shocker is a yes. Pam is nuke. Nuke. Solar Metal somewhat. Fine. There you go. Solar Sky because of armors. I'll leave these as no. Sorry guys. Unless you like fucking Jason Bourne. Anyways, oh yeah, this list is always available for everybody who wants it. Once I end. It's on my every YouTube stream description. But here, I'll give you a link for it too. Well, if that is exactly what you're looking for, then you could at least hit that subscribe button on the Twitch or on YouTube. Because we're trying so hard, but we do not have a Gulag Master, even. You see, that is why I don't do these streams more. There's just no incentive. When are we getting Doctor Strange buff? January. Stop, Curtis. Okay, who else do we want? Alright, let's add a tech champion. Feel like we're missing quite a few techs. The Jack, Sentinel, Red Skull, Bastion, Stark, Spider, Prowler, Shocker. Who else are we missing from the good techs? We're kind of missing Bam, I think. Good night, see you later, bot. I guess you need to add Nimgard, but I don't know which matchups he does well, though. Unless...
Shut up and take my money!
Oh, thank
At
you.
Malikayash 483 100 rupees. Add monkey on thy list.
Alright, fine, fuck it. Alright, fine, we can... you see? All you had to do was ask. Wait 1 second. How much is 100 rupees? How much is 100 rupees today? Oh wait, that's $1. You must not want that monkey up there very much. Fine. Hap Dubes, subscribe to tier 1. Well, thank you very much. You are my subscriber number 13. Appreciate that. Because I only been streaming on Twitch for like a week, a bit more than a week. Alright, you can pick a champion to add now as well. Capped. Hey, where's the stupid monkey? Alright, monkey experts. I'll do something cool with that spreadsheet as well soon. I'll show you, but not yet. Hit monkey. Scale and small. Doom. Alright. Bullseye, yes, you'll let me know. Okay. Is it a yes though? How much health does he lose? Luma is somewhat. Okay, how much health does he lose? Thanks for your ideas. Always in there. Can you do Valkyrie for the list? Yeah.
Shut up and take my money!
Valkyrie, that's fine.
At Fuentil07095 euros. Thank you for your videos. Always entertaining. Can you do Valkyrie for the list?
Can you for the final? Do we know? Okay, but yeah, against Bullseye, the big question is, how much health does he lose? He does lose 50%, but he'd lose more than 10. So that's gonna be a somewhat. I'm gonna give it a somewhat. I'm gonna... Alright, fine, you know what? The Doom is gonna be a no for sure. I'm a no. What's up, Reliant? Hope you have happy holidays. I hope so too. Korg is a no. Okay, Nick Fury is a yes. You can do that, fine. I think it's a yes, but you want to go somewhat? As you, I think he can get a yes there. Enchantress has to be a nuke, for sure. Kindred, I think it's a yes. People forget, yeah. Thunderous nuke, I think Kindred is a yes. And then we have Rintro, which is going to be a yes. Joy, I think is also a yes. Nico is also a yes. Yeah, I can do that fight. Fine. Onslaught. Onslaught is gonna be a no. You're gonna fucking eat that shit in your face. Jeans also have to be a no. Domino is gonna be a no. Gentle is also gonna be a no. He crit too much. This is also gonna be a no. Persistence is also gonna be a no. That's also gonna be a no. This is why I fear not monkeys too much. But yeah, Captain Dubes, you can pick a champion too, by the way. Photon is a yes. Okay, fine, let's go use that nuke. I suppose Spider-Woman should also be a nuke. MODOK should be a yes, or call it a nuke. High Evolutionary, I think is a yes. Or a nuke, actually. Yes, nuke. But Squishy thing is definitely a yes. Serpent's definitely a no. Dark Phoenix also gonna be a no. Medusa, I think is a yes. Noah, I think it's a yes. I don't even know. Hey, that's just greedy.
At Heat Blast 888
40 rupees, he asked me for 2
Advan
champions.
and null. Mo emoji.
Oh, anyway. Thing is nuke. Okay, let's change thing to the nuke. Thanos respectable. No for no. All right. Actually, yeah, that makes sense. No, Maestro. Yeah, he makes sense for now. Yeah, that makes sense. Good Gen Fostering. I hate. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that words, man. Maestro, no. Fair enough. Now we have the text. I think Sentinel is gonna be a yes. There should be no reason to do poorly here. There should be no reason to do poorly here. This should still be a nuke for most part. Fam, I think, is a yes still. Penny Parker, I think, is... Sentinel is nuke. Okay. Dollar no. Yeah, that makes sense. Then we need Solvark's probably gonna be somewhat at best because you can't get rid of the armors. Penny somewhat. I think Solvark's also somewhat at best, right? Is it really? Because if you can't get rid of armors, you don't really do too much damage. Like Starkey's also like a somewhat on Solvark at best. Oh. Fine, whatever. I'll believe in that one. Still quite shit, to be honest. 15 no's is a lot of no's. Will you do Void? We can do Void. But Void's on the slower side for Balgans, though. 1 second, I need to double check that I don't accidentally reveal something important here. Alright, fine. Yes, 100. Yeah, I mean, 19, yes, that's not awful. To be honest. That's not awful. Okay, so we need Valkyrie first because Fentil came through with that. So let's do Valkyrie. Come on, Valkyrie experts. Valkyrie experts. Assemble. I'm waiting. Is Bullseye a yes? Is it a yes? I think it's a somewhat at best, to be honest. Yelena. Yes, yeah, Yelena, I can see that working out. Because you can just push her to that and then smash her block all day long. Yelena takes 50 cents. Yeah, that still falls within a yes. Oh no, well 50 cents. I think that should be still yes. Only rank 4 science, but I have him at 600. I'm pretty curious now. Okay, fine. We'll add the void, don't worry. Limitrix is a yes, yeah, that checks out. Limitrix should be a yes. Atuma is obviously going to be a no. Korg is a somewhat... It is a yes on Korg, I know, but it's not an easy fight to pull off, so fuck off. Miss me with that bullshit. It's kind of somewhat, because the fight can go tits up very fast. Nick Fury is a yes, that's fine. Enchantress, I think there should be no reason not to. Kindred, I think also should be fairly fine. Nico is going to be no, and you can miss me with that shit. Rintra is going to be no as far as polygons are concerned. Nick is a yes. Yeah, we did. I guess hit counter when you... Yeah, but you want... With Valkyrie, you want Yelena to get the hit counter so you can push her into elimination mode and then do a ton of damage. Basically. Because that's like a strategy that Hulkling use and a ton of champions use. Basically, you need to push Yelena to level 2, dex the entire level 2, take the final hit of the level 2 in the block. She instantly gets like 50 combo and then you can... Destroy is a yes. Destroy is a fuck no, buddy, because she gains buffs. She's gonna take damage, so... It's either somewhat or no. I think it's somewhat the best you can give, because like, once you throw the... Because you can throw the heavy attack and kind of play with that, but you're gonna be taking damage. Onslaught is, yes, I believe. She can do Onslaught reasonably well. Jean's gonna be a no. Domino is a no. Gentle. Actually, I don't know, Gentle. Gentle should be a yes, actually, I think. Captain Britain. It's gonna be a no. She will be able to do that fight, it's gonna be way too slow. Hit like lock only type thing. Mr. Sinister. I don't know about Mr. Sinister. That's gonna be no, you don't want to hit her block. What that is? Yeah, I got you, Capped. We're gonna get the void going. After the Valkyrie. That's no general yes. Okay, so we need Mr. Sinister. Sinister's long fight. I think it's gonna end up being a no. Photon's obviously a yes. Spider-Woman, I believe, is a yes as well, as showed evidently there. So this should be a yes too. High Evolution, I have no idea, to be honest. Thing is a yes. Sinister somewhat. Oh yeah, fine, let's give somewhat Sinister. Monarch's yes. We need High Evolutionary answer. Serpent's gonna be a no. Can mix with that shit. This is gonna be a yes. This is gonna be a no. Medusa. I actually don't know Medusa. No, it's gonna be a yes. No, for sure it's a yes. Iowa Nuke. Okay. Okay then. We need Medusa and Maestro. Medusa, I think, is either... I think it's gonna be somewhat, to be honest. I think it's gonna slow you down, but... I don't know, Maestro, and then we have these ones. Penny is obviously gonna be a yes. Time's also gonna be a yes. You do have the Pierce. Shocker's gonna be a nuke. There's nothing stopping you. Solvar, I don't know exactly. Red Skull is gonna be a no. Well, I mean, actually, you can do Red Skull. Oh, great, though. I think it's somewhat. I think you just throw that special and then hit him regular. Sentinel. Oh, yeah, fine. Red Skull now. Red Skull is somewhat. Because you can hit Red Skull normally and just throw special in the block and then, you know, keep hitting him, but it's somewhat. Unless there's like a specific type node that buffs her up, it's gonna be a while. So. Okay, so there, Sentinel is a yes. Yeah, I kind of checks out. I'm chilling. Alright. Zola, I'm guessing is gonna be a no. And Solwark, I'm gonna leave it as a no. Monagani just joined. What makes Valkyrie good? Well, first of all, the coolest thing about Valkyrie is that she can do the entire fights just by hitting opponent's block. That immediately gives her value in Alliance War because she can do like all the hazard chip nodes and stuff like that. Because you never like, especially if you're not on like time crunch and you have like access to power start 1 boost and stuff, you just never have to hit the opponent. You can exclusively hit the block. So that's like one of the things. Second thing is she actually does have very good damage output if you can hit the opponent and the block. But kind of like alternating. She can have very good debuff shrug. She can go stun immune, which is quite rare to go fully stun immune. And she obviously bypasses unstoppable. So that's kind of the best things about her. Why not Solvac? Why would it be a yes to Solvac though? Stop Ankit. Alright, we need to add Void. As well compared to Kingpin. 11 knows actually slightly better, I think, than Kingpin. Looks of it, yeah. But it's very similar, but okay, we're adding Ward. Okay, the Void experts. Who here has 6200 rank 4 Voids? Science and medium defensive value. A special. Formula only. Alright, Bullseye obviously is going to be a no. Void feels like, yeah, he is. This is gonna be somewhat. He can do Yelena, but it's gonna be slow as fuck. Lumitrix, I actually think he can do Lumitrix fine. Atuma is gonna be a no. Cog's gonna be Cog that. I mean, like, you can probably do Codify with shit. It's gonna be a no because it's gonna be too slow. I'm sure you can do Enchantress. I'm sure you can do Kindred. Actually, sure, he can do this fight okay too. I think this again is yes or someone. I think it's gonna be okay, fine. I'm gonna give it yes here. Onslaught. The spreadsheet is accessible to everyone. It's in the. If you're watching on YouTube, it should be in stream description. I'm sure he can do Onslaught relatively fine though. Jean. Yeah, Domino is gonna be a no. Gentle. I'm sure he can do fine. Captain Britain. I'm caught. It's either gonna be somewhat or a no, because I think it's gonna be no. I think it's gonna be over 80 seconds we played, right? So yeah, no. Mr. Sinister is gonna be a no. Dust, I'm sure you can do it. Every fight is like 40-50 plus seconds. Yeah, as long as it's not like much over 60 though, or like it's around 60ish or under, then we can give it a yes. Photon is gonna be somewhat at best. Spider Woman, again, I think it's going to be somewhat at best because of inequities and whatnots. I think this is going to be fine. High Evolutionary. I think if you slow him down even further, it's going to be somewhat at best. I think Thing is fine, yes. I think Serpent, I think he can do it somewhat. Oh, it's going to be too slow. Thanos is going to be too slow. Dog need to be awakened. Yeah, Valkyrie is a max Seek type champion. This is gonna be a no. This I'm sure can work fine. This I'm sure can work fine. I'm sure this is gonna be a no because it's gonna be too slow. Zola I think is also gonna be a no. It's gonna be too slow, probably. Maybe. Sentinel, I'm sure he can do actually fine. Red Skull, I think he can do okay. Solwark, I actually think it's gonna be somewhat because it's gonna take ages, but Solwark's a chunky boy. And he kind of slows you down. I think he can do this. Yeah, Hayu I'm gonna remove it in a second then. Fam, I think he can do Fam fine. Penny Parker, I think it's gonna be again on the slower side for sure. Let's change Hayu up. Gonna be a no. Yeah, actually not bad. Quite good. Yeah, reasonably good. What is that? Okay, where's the heater guy? Which one did you pick, Null or Venom? Because we have Venom, so I suppose we have to add Null. Alright, fine, let's add Null. What kind of soul? Well, can do soul work? I mean, that's why you guys are here to help me. Where's the Valkyrie? What? Where's the null thing? I don't have Punisher because I don't know how the matchups are gonna work with him yet. Alright, fine, LTG. I'm now expert. Alright, I can then start expertise away. Write me in the skill. Write the skill in for me, please. I'm waiting for your expertise. Because I sure should I'm not a null expert. Yelena to McCord Destroyer. Okay, so Yelena, no. Atuma, no. Korg, no. Rintra, no. Oka Britain. No. Oh. Hyperion could get added to it. Alright, so Bullseye. Yeah, I think it's a yes. I think you can do it fine enough. I think Lumitrix, right counted, it's fine. I think against Nick. I think it's somewhat, because I do think he takes over 60 seconds. I think, yeah, I can do this fine. I think, yeah, I can do this fine. I think, yeah, I can do this fine. Can he do this fine? He'll also know. Okay. Fine, let's go. No, there. Hey, does he do destroy fine? Onslaught, fair enough. Gene, fair enough. Domino, I think it's gonna be a somewhat. Still gonna take some damage. I know you can heal, but still. Mr. Sinister. How fast does he do Sinister? Domino also no? Yeah, that's it. No. Right, I'm breaking me into no. Onslaught. Alright, fine, somewhat. Huh? Weird. What's the name? Zekel? The mom is Zekel, cool. Labi, daudz vesels ir. Tie tagad uzreiz samam ņem? Labi. No. Somewhat. Top 10 cent note. I think. Not streaming it. I am streaming on Twitch. I'm streaming on both. On Twitch, you find me with Kiryu111. There's a Twitch stream link on my video description. Alright, so hi you all. Someone that's fine. Still on the list? I don't think she is yet. Photon. Alright. We need Photon. Spider-Woman is a yes. Yeah, I know you can do that. Fine. Modoc's going to be a yes for sure. I don't know about Thing. Thing, Thanos, Serpent. Alright, I need Photon. So Thing is going to be a no. Serpent, Thanos is also going to be a no. No, and no. Photon, yes. Okay. We have also, please. Alright, we do cover a lot of. Alright, so I think this is a yes. It's definitely a yes. How's Maestro? Top 10 and note, I think. I would say Maestro, no. Then we have the text. Red Skull is obviously going to be yes. Solvark should be a yes too. Shocker's going to be a yes. Pam's probably a yes. Panic's probably a yes too. Sentinel and Zol is going to be like. What's Sentinel and Zol situation? Zol somewhat, Sentinel no. Yeah, okay. But it's going to be a no, and that's somewhat. I don't know, do we put that hype on? Or not? Ugh. Or should we just call it a stream now? Why Sentinel no? Sentinel's armor break immune. Oh. Silk? Go for Silk, I suppose. Yeah, we don't have Silk yet. There's a lot of cosmics though. Yeah. Stream later for 9.3 exploration. Fair enough. I'll stream later for Battlegrounds and then maybe later for Arena. And actually need to get to work in a second too. I'm Psycho Man. How are you? Shut up! No Psycho Man. No Psycho Man. Alright, fine. Hyperion. That's fine. Realistically, Hype small defensive value at this point. That's not special formula only. Okay. Think I'll be on the lookout for the stream. Oh, fair enough. Is Bullseye a yes? Fine, Yelena, no, yeah, definitely know that. Yes. Atuma nuke. Fine, something with that. Nick is a yes because it's an inconsistent nuke. There's no Kinder, no Nico, no Ranger, no Destroyer, no. Alright, so no. So this is quite easy. Yeah, I do agree with that. No, 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 no. Onslaught. Onslaught Gene Domino is gonna be a no. Big damage. Get a little vista. I think Captain Britain is still gonna be a no as well. Okay, LTG. Talk to me.
Take my money.
Sir Psych.
Sir_Psych $5. Can we add fam to the list, please?
I mean, we can. Since you asked so nicely. Since you asked so nicely. Onslaught. Again, for it to be nuke, it has to be like 40 seconds or under and consistent. I'm gonna give it a yes, not a nuke. Gene, I don't think you can do it 40 seconds or under. Domino is a nuke. Again, how much health do you lose against Domino? Sinister, yeah. Okay, so I can see this being a yes too. Dust. Captain Britain. Okay, I'll leave the nuke there. Domino though, how much damage you take? I think Domino is a no or somewhat at best. Because you take definitely some damage. Gentle, yes, that's fine. Captain Britain. That's fine. Alright, somewhat decent, I'll leave that. Okay, alright, let's go down. Okay, fine. Really though. Photon's a yes. Okay, I can believe that. No, yeah. I think MCOC should be a yes. High Illusionary, I think should be a yes, but more spark. MCOC nuke, high UNO. Yeah, okay. Let's get to the bottom ones. Well, the Unstoppable you can play around. That's the thing about Gentle. You can play around it Unstoppable. This is giving me massive benefit out here. Thanos, yes. Dark Phoenix, no. Yeah, I can. No, that's fine. Medusa, nuke, fine. Nova should be a yes. At the very least, Maestro is a no. That makes sense. Zola. But yeah, because yeah, Gentles and Unstoppable you can play around for sure. You know, just parry and then trigger it. Or, you know, trigger it and then immediately save yourself with Relic. Stuff like that. It is to be playable around, basically. Sentinel, for sure, has to be a nuke. Red Skull should be a yes. Stalwark, I actually don't know how well he does against Stalwark. Should be a yes, but it's kind of hard heavy. Penny, I don't know. Okay, these ones. Zola. Should be good against Zola, right? Zola is somewhat decent. Okay. Thanos. Some decent Sentinel, yes. Alright, let's leave it at the yes then. Yes, Red Skull, yes. Select somewhat decent. Okay, yes. Fam, somewhat decent, and Penny, yes. Alright. A special re-rotation, then SP1 especially. Fair enough. Almost kind of want to make me rank up my hype. He's actually not doing too bad, much of us too. Alright, so Psych wanted Fam to be added. I think we actually had him, no? No, we don't. We got Fam. I'd mark his defensive value as high, actually. Oh, alright, Fam Spurts. Alright, you Fam Spurts. What can you tell me? This should be a no, right? This is a no for sure. Bullseye is a yes? Is it? Alright, fine. Nick Fury. I mean, like, I think he should be fine. Yelena, no. I think he used to be able to do Yelena, but then I bug fixed him. Lomatrix. And Korg. I think Korg's again one of those that's technically possible, but it's not really recommended to do. Lomatrix. I'm actually kind of worried because you don't want to punish his heavy attack, right? Korg is easy, yes. Okay, fine. Do tell me on Lumatrix though. So these are going to be all no's. Onslaught is a yes. Gene is a yes. Domino is somewhat. It's not great. It's probably a no. I'll finally leave that. Dylan is yes. Luma can be done without punching special. Yeah, I suppose. And landing it's fine. Let's leave it yes. Captain Britain. I think it's a somewhat because you still end up taking some damage, no? Also, it's nuke. Yeah, fine. 50 seconds is a yes. No, no, fine. But, Bastion can't really do Yelena, I'm pretty sure. Again, with Bastion, you can push her at level 2, block that, and then you can get rid of the cap for most part. It's not an easy fight, but it's doable. Anyways, Mr. Sinister is a yes. Dust's also a yes, I take. But, you know, I'll gladly take this away from him, if you tell me. Can Bastion do Yelena? Can Bastion do the Yelena? Since it's nuke, okay, fine. Spam against Photon. Spider-Woman. Spider-Woman, I reckon, is a no. Monarch can probably do just fine. Evolution is probably going to be a no or somewhat at best. Actually, somewhat, I think, is fine. Thing is a yes. You can absolutely do a thing. On Gulag someone? You can Gulag Ubiquint. Sorry, Bastion is a Gulag word. Yeah, and this is somewhat as well. I'll reckon this is somewhat. In Monarch, I think Monarch is fine too. Serpent, I reckon it's gonna be a no. Sorry, Ubiquint, you said the Gulag word there. Serpent, I'm gonna go no. This one, I think it's gonna be a no because it's gonna end up being too slow. This one obviously is a no. Medusa is no. Can't deal with auto block at all in any capacity. No, I think you can do. That's fine. Master, I think it's gonna be a no. Correct me if I'm wrong then. Yeah, exactly. Then we have Zola, Sentinel. I think Sentinel you can do. Red Skull, I think you can do fine too. Stalwark. Should be fine actually against all, right? Maestro is yes. Oh, yeah, fine. Fine. Really? You know that Pierce? He does have Pierce though. I don't know. Fine. Penny Parker. Fam versus Fam. Somewhat, it's a shit show. Fine. Shocker will be a yes. Zol is a somewhat. Makes sense. Yes for dudes. Okay, fair enough. Solvak, I think, should be a yes. Correct me if I'm wrong. And Penny, I think it's gonna be somewhat because it's kind of shit at doing that. Alright, let's put someone decent in that. Our question is, can you worth to rank up the new Spider-Man as 6-star? Right now, yeah, fuck it, I would. I think it is. I often do overkill with him anyways. He does have quite good matchup spread. He's kind of new and annoying on defense, and there's no way you can pull him for a while. Yeah, I think new Spidey is worth ranking up as 6-star. Especially if you're not playing like C5 level. Oh, there you go. Still not great. This one's not great. Who else? Did we have something else to add, or are we done? I think it could be done. Silk. That's fine. Meanwhile, hit that like button, sub button, all the good buttons. We are trying our best here to be useful. Let's add Silk to over it. Yeah, this Silk's gonna be, I think, the last one. I'll probably do this type stream again in a couple of weeks. This is gonna be the last one this year, though. Most likely. We'll see how busy I get, but it's probably gonna be at least a couple of weeks till I do one of these again. But again, in regular streams, we can still add if that's the Bishop of the Glowmaster. Okay, so Science, small defensive value. She really isn't much of a defender. Formula only. Let's go. Bullseye is absolutely no fucking chance. DLN is also going to be a no. Lumitrix. Somebody tell me on Lumitrix. I don't think it's going to work. This is going to be a no. Korg is also a no. Nick Fury is doable. Somewhat. The last phase is kind of annoying. Nick Summer dress still glass. No, yeah, I don't think this works out well because of the endurance. Okay, that's a lot. Okay, so Enchantress is obviously a nuke. Yes. Kindred is not a nuke. Printra. Maybe there's a nuke slash yes, but okay, we're done. Cosmic Ghost Rider, is he still worth the upgrade? Yeah, I think Cosmic Ghost Rider is still worth it. I think it's Nico is also yeah. I have heard that Nico is also actually a nuke because you can just yeah. Time is the glass nuke. Yeah, fine. I actually think Rintra is not a nuke. I think Rintra takes over 40 seconds. This I'm gonna change to yes. I'm quite sure it takes over 40 seconds for equal ranks. Onslaught is a nuke. You know that. You lost about 10%. Oh yeah, true. So we're gonna change to yes. Genius. Domino. No. Gentle. Yeah, that makes sense. Cameron's gonna definitely be a no. Since there's also no. Yeah, that's a shitty ass fight. Dust is a yes. Photon. I don't go. I think I'm gonna go with Photon somewhat. But everybody's gonna get wrecked in that fight. Or most of the people are gonna get wrecked in that fight. Spider-Woman is a nuke. I can agree to that. MODOK. Nuke. You somewhat. Okay. Thing is Yes, they do reasonably fine against things. Yes or someone. This is no. Not anymore. Generally. Thanos is yes, you can do reasonably good against him. Actually, it's somewhat take a while. Dark Phoenix is no, it's still not taking too much damage. Medusa, it is somewhat. You can punish your specials going like medium heavy all the time, but and then go for level 3, but it's not great. Nova, yeah. Oh, it's actually a nuke, I believe. Nothing really wrong with that. Maestro is gonna be a no. Medusa you can do fine, because again, with her you can do medium heavy, then you can do medium heavy charge into medium, whatever, you know what I mean. But it's not fast, but you can get it done. And then you can throw a level 3 into medium heavy as well. Now a special 3 skip, doesn't take so long. Zolo is a yes, indeed. It's actually a somewhat, I think, because it's quite slow fight, generally speaking. But okay, fine, we can give it a yes, I guess. Sentinel is a yes, there's nothing stopping you. Red Skull is gonna be a no. That's gonna be stupid. Red Skull is basically a no. Yeah, I wanted to say, I think Zolo is still something decent. Yeah, I have tried that fight. It's never been like very fast. Shocker. Still not slow, no. Shocker, yes. Yeah, fair enough. Bulwark. No, Clam somewhat. Okay. Penny. No. Okay, fine. Bulwark. I don't know. And actually, theoretically, I think he should be able to do it fine. No. Now let's leave it somewhat until somebody can prove me otherwise. Silk's actually doing kind of poorly. I mean, actually not too bad. Not great. He's testing this? Yeah, so I'll leave that for now. But yeah, we're gonna need to add some defenders into it. Like, we're gonna need to add like Imperiosa. We're gonna need to add new Mystic Spider, a few more. But I think we're kind of done here. For now. Alright. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how well Abzan would do on defense. But yeah, you know, it's worth considering. Oh, somebody's raiding me, but I apologize. I am finishing up my stream as well. Because we've been going on for 2 hours now. I want to get some food. How do I access this file? If you're watching on YouTube, it's in the stream description. What's up, Zenon Jim? How are you doing? But yeah, I'm unfortunately finishing up in a second too. But yeah, the link to this is in the stream description. I can drop a share link for you in the chat too. If you want to take a look at it. Oh, yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, been a couple of hours. So here's the link to that sheet. You can mess around with it as well. I'm going to be doing a few more things to it, but not quite yet. We're going to add a few more things to it. Next time, again, in general, if you are the Gulag Master on my stream, you can pick a champion to get added to it after every stream. But other than that, I'll do one more of these at some point, you know, in January. Probably during off season or something. And we can add some more champions to it. But hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and I will be back later. Yeah. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all